Hello there everyone, how's it going? It's Deedee here, and this is the video that I said I was going to do. These are macros, warrior macros, specifically in the patch 5.2, but these really work out through all the Mists of Pandaria expansion. They worked so far, and they'll probably work in future patches too, unless like the warrior class just suffers dramatically changes, which I don't think it will. So yeah, I think even after 5.2 these macros will still apply really good. Basically I'm going to show you two types of macros. I'm going to like divide the macros in two types. First off, I'm going to start with basic macros. These are going to be macros that a lot of warriors already use and whatnot, and you know, like shield wall macro, the famous one-shot macro and whatnot. And then I'm going to show you a little bit more advanced macros like arena situation type macros, focus macros, and everything. So I'm going to first start with basic macros. I'm going to start with the one-shot macro. So this is what it looks like. Basically what you want to do with this macro is every little piece of thing that can possibly boost your damage, every offensive cooldown and whatnot, you're gonna throw it in here, like literally. Oh, and by the way guys, all the macros that I'm going to show you are going to be in the description below, so you can just go ahead and go copy paste it, and yeah, everything, I think it will work fine. So one shot macro, what you want to do, as I said, is just put everything that you have offensive in this macro. So you want to begin with slash cast Recklessness, and then you want to put slash cast Skull Banner, Avatar, and I have Avatar and Bloodbath, but don't get scared. Like it only works. This will work. I mean, it only uses the one that you have. I have it like this because in my Fury spec I have Bloodbath, and in my Arm spec I have Avatar. So I put them both, and it will just use what I have at the moment. So you know, so I don't have to change the macro every time I change specs. Anyways, then you want to do slash use a non-used trinket, which I have is this one right here, the Malevolent Gladiator's Badge of Victory. You have to type the name really good in order to work. This basically increases my strength for 20 seconds by a whole lot. Then if you have a ratio that is like a boost to your damage, you want to put it in here. I have slash cast Berserking. You want to change this if you are like an orc or something. If you have a ratio that boosts a non-use ratio that boosts like damage or something, you want to put this in here. Like literally just put everything you have offensive. Like Berserking is not even that good for a warrior, but you know, why the hell not? And then I have slash cast Mortal Strike and slash cast Heroic Strike. The reason for this is when this was in patch 5.0, this thing right here will literally be kind of like a one-shot or one really big hit, because if you would align the 5 stacks Taste for Blood with this, shit will die. So basically I have the Heroic Strike together with this, and also Mortal Strike, because they don't share global cooldown, so they can be used on the exact same time, so it will be a one big hit. It's not that useful anymore to have these two, but what the heck. So basically I'm just gonna show the macro right here. So this is what it basically will look like right here. There we go. You'll basically look like this if you have the stuff that I have. So this is the one shot macro, and right now I'm going to show you the defensive cooldowns macro. So what you want to do is slash equip your one hand sword. In my case I have this sword right here, and then you want slash equip your shield, which in my case is this one. Be sure to type really good your shield and your weapon. And then I have like, I won't really recommend that you put every single defensive cooldowns on a macro, but I really love it, and I'm going to explain why just in a sec when I'm going to demonstrate it. Basically you want to put the macro to equip your one hand sword and a shield. Your shield that you need to have those two in your bags, obviously. And then I have slash cast shield wall, I have slash cast railing cry, I have slash cast Healthstone, in which if I have it on my bags it will use, and I have slash cast defensive stance. Now most of warriors will disagree with this macro because you know, it's better just to use it like to not have a lot of defensive cooldowns in one. You know, that way you can use one here and one there. But I have no idea how this happened, but it did. So it might happen with you. The reason why this macro is so good, it's because if in order to use all the abilities you have to double click it. So I can use I can use Railing Cry if I just hit it once, like right here. As you said, as you'll see, it only put Railing Cry and Defensive Stance. But if I use it twice, and as you see, it equipped my shield and sword. If I use it twice, it will cast a shield wall. So that's why I love this macro so much, and why I keep all my defensive cooldowns in a macro, because even if they are in a macro, I can actually use them you know, separately. So if I click only one time in the keybind for this macro, it will just do the defensive stance and the Railing Cry. If I click it twice, it will cast the shield wall. I have no idea how this happened. This really was not intended, but it does. So take advantage of that. Definitely cool. So right now you will be in a situation where you have, if you use this macro, that you have a one-hander and a shield, and you want to switch to your two-hand as soon as the shield wall fades. So I have this macro to put it. I basically just put a slash equip Malevolent Gladiator's Greatsword, which is my sword. Just do a macro that that is slash equip the name of your two-hand sword, and I have slash cast Battle Shout. So I just literally put, you know, every time I Battle Shout, I put the two-hand sword. And if I don't have Battle Shout, if it's on cooldown, it will just equip the sword. So I'm going to demonstrate. There we go. As you see, I just had this the two-hand sword, and this lagged a lot. I don't know why, but it's okay. I just put the two hands, and it also did Battle Shout. Now the Battle Shout is on cooldown, so I'm just gonna switch to the thingy with the shield, and here we go. As you see, it works perfectly, and it's just like it to apply it to the Battle Shout, so I use it more often, because I don't really use it that often. So it's a thing that I can use. It's a buff, more extra rage that I can use while switching to two-hand. It's really great, and I really like it. So these are the basic macros for now. Okay, so right now I'm going to show more advanced macros. These are really the type of situational macros that just improves your gameplay so much. I really recommend using these macros. They are really great. So basically, the first thing I'm going to show you is to focus charge and focus pummel on the same macro. This macro is absolutely wonderful because I mainly like focus the healer. So the charge is actually a really nice ability to interrupt. So basically what this macro will do is, if the healer is far away, I'll just interrupt with the charge, and if the healer is near, it will pummel instead of the charge. That is why it's so damn good. That's why I love this macro. So I'm going to demonstrate it right now. So I'm going to target this guy right here, this dummy. Alright, and I'm going to put this guy on focus. I'm going to just, and as you see, I'm going to hit it and it'll charge. So it did a charge I can just charge the healer without even targeting. And if the good thing is, imagine that my charge is on cooldown, or the healer is just, you know, passing by me, I can just go here, and it, as you saw, it pummeled, and I just go back to my main targets. So this was a focus charge macro combined with the focus pummel. It is wonderful. It is the ultimate focus interrupt stuff. If it's far away, it will interrupt. If you're near, it will interrupt anyway. So yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a really important macro. I highly recommend anyone using this, even if he's not a warrior. You really want something like this. Basically what this macro is slash cast mortal strike, slash focus an arena target. I have arena 1 right now, and I'm going to show you how to set up with different things. Basically what this does is every time you hit Mortal Strike or you hit the keybind with Mortal Strike, it will automatically focus the target that you want to focus. You know, instead of go manually focus. This is absolutely great. For example, if you want to target a druid, any stealther class, you might notice that if you focus like a druid and he goes to brawl again and he goes to stealth, you lose the focus. So it really sucks being in the middle of like action of an intense play and you have to refocus your target. So this will just automatically focus, and in the beginning of the arena, literally anytime you press it, it'll focus. Now the thing is, guys, be careful. You know those, I can't really demonstrate to you right now, but you know those, when you start an arena, you'll get the opponent's kind of tab stuff. Imagine you do 3v3, so you'll have like, I don't know, here Red Pele, Frost Mage, Resto Shaman. So let's say that the Resto Shaman is the third in place in the tab of the arena. So you want to put /arena 3 and save it. Or if the healer specifically is in the second tab of the opponent, you go right here and you change to 2. So it works like this. Be really aware that you want to change this macro every time you step in an arena, so you focus the right target. So yeah guys, don't forget to do this if you use this macro, which I highly recommend you to use it. The only really downside, but it really isn't a downside, is that every time you start an arena you'll have to change this number right here to the target that you want to use. That's pretty much it, and it's really helpful. It really helps a lot. Okay, so this is also a really great macro that I recommend, you know, to anyone, especially if you're rolling with Safeguard. This is really a must macro in my opinion. What this basically does, let's say, you just type /target friend /cast safeguard /target last enemy. What this will do is this macro will make you safeguard or intervene to the nearest person, so you don't have to click on anyone. You just click on your safeguard keybind and it will just go there, you know, it'll just intervene, it'll just safeguard to the person that is most nearest in a frontal cone. This is absolutely great, and what's even better with this macro is that you don't lose target on it. So I'm going to demonstrate right now. First, without targets, I'm just gonna place a banner right here. I'm not gonna click the banner, I just pressed it and it just went. This is absolutely wonderful to break routes like really fast, and you know, just to work with banners, it's absolutely great. So I'm just gonna wait for the cooldown to refresh and I'm going to show you in combat. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how it works in combat. It works really good. So you know, I'm just hitting this guy right here and I'm going to place the banner, intervene to it, and I'm still, as you can see, have the target. So it does not lose target, you don't have to click anywhere, you can just click on it and it will just intervene to the nearest ally, party member that you have. The only downside that I have with this macro is that, honestly, if you want to use safeguard for the 20-second damage reduction, it's not that effective because it targets the most, you know, close ally. Imagine that you're rolling with an affliction, with a warlock or a hunter and whatnot. If the pet is nearest, it will intervene to the pets and the pet will get the 20-second damage reduction. So that really is the only downside of this macro, but it will get you to roots instantly. It will get you, you know, you'll just have a lot more mobility. I highly recommend it. It just has that downside. If you want to use the safeguard for the damage reduction, it will target the nearest and it can be a pet. So yeah. Okay, and the last macro is going to be for the spell reflection. It's really similar to the shield wall macro. What I have right here is equip set shield, cast spell reflection. In order for this to work, you want to create a set right here. You open your character and you go to equipment manager and you want to create a set that is called shield. And basically what you want to do after this is you want to put like your one hand, so I'm gonna put this one, and your shield, and then you want to put save to your shield stuff. So what this will do is that this macro is going to equip that set, so I'm going to demonstrate. There we go, it just equipped the set that you had, saved on the name under shield, and it casts spell reflection, so this was it. Alright guys, this was the macros for warriors. I really do hope it helped. I really hope that it improves your gameplay. Please let me know if it did, please let me know if it helped, please let me know if you're going to use any of the macros, if you find one specific more useful. I really would like to know in the comments, or like in terms of likes and whatnot, because it'll be the good sign that I've done my job. So yeah guys, I really do hope that it helps you, that you enjoyed this video. If you do, a thumbs up, as I said, it will be absolutely wonderful and it would let me know that it really did help. Alright guys, so this was it and see you next video.